Hey Axis and Allies players, the Good Captain here. Welcome to a review of NATO Round 4 and the execution of Soviet Round 5 in this game of Axis and Allies, East and West, third-party variant of Axis and Allies. Okay, so NATO purchases Zeta Infantry and sends basically, an amphib assault into Turkey, a blocker clearance in Yugoslavia, and essentially the same in Turkmenistan, and this does not go terribly well for Western Europe. They end up losing. They end up securing all their objectives, but at a higher cost than the statistics say they should have endured. They take out all 5 Soviet infantry, but they lose 4 across the board. Dice God said it would have been around 2, so Soviets shooting up on the side of the Western Europeans for that turn. Things change a bit when we get to the UK turn. UK purchases a spy, 9 infantry and artillery and armor. And their combat move is to hit Karelia, hit Switzerland, and now that the Turkish Straits has been opened, they go in and this overachieving fleet. It's well past its life expectancy at this point, so with the offshore, Karelia is not expected to do any fighting. It's really a question of, between all these pieces, what do we get? And the Dice miss, or the Soviets miss in Switzerland. They get cleared out. And I think we sink 1 UK boat in the Black Sea. So, poof. Okay. All of this not very surprising. Non-combat movements, just maintaining the supply lines, strengthening Pakistan, blah blah blah. Okay. UK4 placement, again, nothing terrifically surprising. There's a layered screen of infantry that has to be deployed to prevent paratroopers from seizing any of these territories in Africa, Madagascar, and Ceylon from the Soviet bomber. Okay, and UK4 income. They collect 38. Not a bad haul. US4 purchase 12 infantry and a spy. So they're entering the third dimension again. They're going to put 2 pips up if they survive the Soviet counter intel roll. US4 combat move. Again, it's keeping with the theme. Raids on Norway, Komi, and I think that's it. Oh, and South Korea, of course. What hit Komi? Okay. Norway, peace swaps in Norway, so that's good for the Soviets. Komi just goes down. Poof, gone. I think that went down from offshore. There's 2 cruisers. And the South Korea also goes down without inflicting a hit. That was too bad. That one's going to be a tough one to get back. Or tougher, I should say. The odds still favor the Soviets quite well, but not as well as I would like. And so, the US collects. Remembering that they have Spain, they have 47. And that puts us at rough. I think that NATO, I think Spain puts them a piece ahead in terms of if everybody spammed infantry. The economies are pretty equal. This is a pretty interesting game. For it to go this far and to still... usually by this time it's starting to look like one side is folding up, but we're doing pretty well in this game. Okay, so the Soviet... yeah, let's just go talk about this table real quick. The third dimension. Oh, the US, I think the US broke through this turn. Yeah, so they end up finally scoring a breakthrough. So as the Soviet player, I've thrown 5 tech dice. This is my 5th turn. I throw my 5th tech dice. And at this point in the game, odds are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's well over 50-50. The Soviets, it's somewhere in the 70s, I think, or 80s even, that the Soviets would have the nuke by now, but we don't. We've been hung on this halfway position for a good while. But the Americans, they break through, but they put their breakthrough on the aircraft tech tree, so they have jets, which automatically promotes. This is an odd thing about East and West. When you're not talking about the nuclear weapons tech tree, any other tech tree, the NATO can drag their allies halfway to the first pip. They just have to get it on their own. So on a 1 or 2, if Western Europe or UK would like to invest 5 IPCs, they'll pick up jets as well. At any rate, we get around to Soviet 5. I throw 3. I've already done this. I throw 3 counterintelligence rolls and score no hits, and that was my best chance to keep ownership of the spy table, or of the third dimension spying table. And then to add salt to the wound again, we take our 5th tech roll and miss that. So complete whiff in the third dimension for the Soviets, but all told, neither side really is making any major. Both of us have thrown, if you count tech and spying, NATO has thrown 6 dice so far and scored 2 hits, so they're +1 above par. And then the Soviets have thrown, let's see, 14 dice into the third dimension from tech to spying and scored 3.5 hits. I'm counting a half hit as that halfway to the tech. So both of us have scored about 1 over what would be expected. We're both overachieving by a degree or so. But anyway, and then of course the NATO lost the coin toss when it comes to, is there any blowback from the nuke? Again, just slightly over, what is it, 55% of the time the NATO is going to have some sort of bad effect in the Arab League. Went 1 pip over, which closed the Suez Canal. So it's pretty wild game. And by wild, I mean there's no clear breakthrough anywhere yet, at least. So I think much will come down to that third dimension. If the Soviets never pick up the nuke, or yeah, because economic parity and yeah, it's difficult to predict what will happen here. So sorry, let's get on with it. So Soviet 5, I purchased 36 infantry, since again there's no nuke to purchase. Again, this would have been a great turn to do that thing, but didn't happen. And there's some pretty interesting options here. Basically I could lose 1, maybe 2 aircraft and knock out one of these 2 fleets. There's these 2 transport heavy fleets, and transports are really a key to this Pakistan defense thing going. But the more I looked at it, the more I mean, it was right on the cusp of pulling the trigger on doing one or the other, and I finally just settled on not doing it. And just, I don't know, if I find myself in this position in a future game, I might do something different. But yeah, still kind of learning on this thing, still kind of trying to figure out East and West. So here's what we're gonna do. It's not too exciting. I guess it's just most of the same, just counterattack everywhere. I think the biggest strategic level decision is relocating from, or what I think I'm going to do is relocate from Iran to Turkmenistan. I think from Turkmenistan there's, at the very least, perhaps I should have done this last turn. I see this is another thing, this is other stuff you learn the more you play. And the thing I realized, because I usually launch from Iran, but when you launch from Turkmenistan, you have a much stronger and more robust and reliable supply line. You have direct access to the Soviet hinterland, and NATO can't mess with your supply lines like they've been doing in the last couple turns while I'm in Iran. So that, you've got China next door. So yeah, that just seems, I don't know, strategically better maybe, but we'll try that. And then of course everything else is just marking time, more or less. Let's send this out and start rolling. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and start with Turkey. I don't know why I just picked that out of a hat, I guess. USSR attacks Turkey. Let's be optimistic and not even put a round on it. 1, 2. Yes, we got the 2 required hits. Fighters, infantry, yeah. Okay. 2 roll back. Miss, miss. Western Europe goes down 3. Russia goes up 3, or USSR. We'll go for Yugoslavia next. 3 infantry and 2 tanks against 3 infantry. Okay, USSR attacks Yugoslavia round 1. 3 infantry, 2 armor. There they are. The armor gets the hits. And back at us, 2 infantry. Miss, miss. So those go down. And we just don't have to worry about the pip. We just move the roundels on the IPC tracker and move to Switzerland. This time the enemy has 3. So yeah, 3 infantry, an armor, 2 fighters, and 2 heavies. Okay, here we have 3 infantry, 3 at 3 and 2 at 4. Might go to 2 rounds. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. No, we got them all in 1 round. Okay, lucky us. Actually, not that lucky. It was a 75% chance of clearance in 1 round of combat, and the enemy picks up their kill. Okay, adjust the IPCs. And now there's a 2 infantry Soviet garrison in there. Okay. Next is Norway. An infantry and 3 attackers. This is a 90%, 91%. Yeah, okay. So in 1 round of combat. So let's throw them back. Does the USA pick up a troop? Yes. So this territory flips. 2 up. 2 down. And continue. Okay, clearing Karelia. This time I have 13 infantry pitching into 2 British defending. I forget what it is. It's like 60-something% chance. Yeah, we got it. Okay, cleared it. Now casualties, question mark. Roll back. Miss, miss. And finally, Komi. We have 3 infantry, 2 fighters, and a bomber up here to clear the Americans out of that. Okay. The 2 hits. Yeah, okay, we got them. So they're gone. And that was just worth 1, right? And we'll roll them back. Right now. 2 back. 1 hit. 2 more combats left. Turkmenistan, this is just a stomp. So I just did it off screen. The British, of course, succumbed and made no hit back. So now, actually that's Western Europe. Okay, I'll check all this at the end of the round. And now we have South Korea, which this is the most nerve-wracking to me. It's a 91% even with, even if we declare the battle over, if there's only an armor left and there's still an enemy. Still a 91%, so it won't that only a 9% that outcome occurs, but you know, things that happen 9% of the time happen all the time. So let's go. Opening salvo, a lot riding on the opening salvo. We get our requisite hit. Okay. USA rolls 2 back and picks up a kill. Okay, the odds changed quite a bit in the Soviet favor. Both sides lose 1, and now we go again. It's now I know this one from playing so much. It's 97%. Oof, we missed. And they miss. Okay, we go again. Round 3, drum roll. Yeah, got it. Okay. And the final roll of the combat, the Americans miss. Yeah, I count 69 IPCs unless I'm down 1 somewhere. I think that was recovering the point from West Germany. Okay. Yeah, 69. So 70, 71, 70. It'll be 73 with China. And so I think we'll go with something like this. There's nothing too special about this, just a standard dispersal of forces to make it to the next round. Go to placement. Okay, I cleaned it up a little bit. Let's begin. One in Kamchatka. I think we need to take the east side a little more seriously here. 4 in eastern Siberia. Yeah. Okay, just keep dropping them in. Kazakhstan, of course. Mongolia, of course. No, no, no. So then we put 1 in Finland. Put 2 in Sweden. Okay. We know the Eastern Germany block, 4 of them. Poland, 3 of them. I don't even know why this isn't worth recording, is it? Yeah, I'll speed this up. Okay, I think we're gonna go with this dispersal of 36 pieces. Yeah. Yep. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we will collect income. Just remembered that I have to move these aircraft. Just a second. Okay, this is the final board state. Thanks for watching. All the best from the good captain, and bye-bye.